Welcome, everybody. Another YouTube Hangout. Super excited to be here with a longtime friend, Mr. Grant Cardone. Mr. GC's got a new book coming out, Be Obsessed or Be Average. It drops in 4 days. And so we're going to talk about obsession and how it's important in your business. Grant, welcome aboard, man.
Evan, good to see you, man. It's been too long, buddy.
Grant is in Miami, handling the hurricane there.
Yeah, I got people. I mean, I've been streaming today. I've been streaming the hurricane coming up here. It was on MSNBC that this freaking wacko job in the 33rd floor of Regalia, right where the storm's hitting, is streaming live. So
I love it. Hey, there's always an opportunity to drop some value and spread some love.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this book, man. What's it all about? What's the deal?
Well, dude, this is my 7th book. It's my 19th business program or sales book, and this really is a story about my life, kind of where I came from, and you know, people have called me a sales guy, and they've called me a real estate guy, and an author, and a speaker, and all that stuff. But really, my whole life turned around when I, rather than denying some of my crazy obsessions. You know, Steve Carlos, you and I are friends with Steve. These guys probably don't know Steve and Hank, but you know, Steve always tells me, dude, you're the craziest dude I ever met, man. And I said, you know, I've heard that my whole life. When I was 10 and 12 years old, my friends, dude, my mom told my friends, don't hang out with my son. I was always crazy. And then every time I tried to resist who I am, man, like I got this category 4 hitting Miami Day. We didn't leave. I'm like, no, I want to stay and see the action. You know, now I take care of myself. I make sure everything's cool. But when I denied that I have this thing that I think everybody's got, Evan, frankly, I think everybody's got this thing to be a little crazy, right? When I denied it, I got in trouble. It all just kind of came out in crazy ways, whether it was drugs or, you know, the wrong girls or doing the wrong stuff, hanging out with the wrong people. And then when I was 25, I'm like, dude, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die being who I am. And because between 16 and 25, my life went terrible. And then when I just started owning who I am, just being who I am, just telling people, like, you know how kind of cocky I am. And, you know, I got a big mouth, man, say whatever I want, you know. People don't like that. I know they don't like it. But the problem is I didn't like not being me, you know. And when I wasn't being me, you know, I can't remember a time when I didn't want to be rich. And I can't remember a time in my life when I didn't want to be famous. But if you tell anybody that, man, you walk out and tell anybody that, you know, I want to be rich. Just watch the repercussions. Watch the people freaking yank on you for saying that. And so be obsessed. For me, it's really about my life, man. I'm either going to be obsessed with the things that I'm doing, or I end up kind of getting muted down and diluted to something a lot less than my potential.
So what happened at 25 that made that shift? Like 9 years of not having a great life or getting into trouble, and then boom, like what happened? What sparked the change?
Well, when I was 16, I started using drugs. And when I was 25, I was using drugs 15 times a day. And I tried to quit for 9 years, every day for 9 years, man. So then I went to a treatment center because my mom's like, hey, don't even come around. Everybody gave up on me, man. Like everybody. This isn't some kind of pulling heart story. This is like, dude, people hated me, man. Okay. And the worst part of it is I hated me. So it wasn't that I was broke and I didn't have a job and all the bad stuff, but dude, the feeling that I had about myself, you know, was just awful. So I went to the treatment center, you know, and got off the drugs, quit using drugs for 25 days. And they told me I had to leave because the insurance was over. What a scam that is. And the counselor dude, I don't even remember his name, but he told me on the way out, he's like, hey man, let me tell you something. Cause you see, I don't know if you've ever gone to one of these 12-step kind of deals, but you go in and you do like this huge introspection on yourself. And then you got to share with the group all your stuff. So I'm telling these guys that I want to be rich, and I think I'm James Bond. I'm the reincarnation of James Bond, and you know, I'm gonna going to write books, dude. I'm going to be famous, man, and people are going to see me, and I'm going to do all this. Well, every time you do that over there, they're like, no, dude. Give up on the ego. Give up on grandiosity. You're not going to be rich. If you just don't use drugs one day at a time, then you need to be happy. And the guy told me on the way out of the place, he's like, look, if you don't give up on all that, you'll never make it. And I walked out there and said, dude, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get famous. Because I just couldn't live a life of just not doing drugs, because I don't think drugs were my problem. You know, it was just a symptom of something else that went awry. And so when I went back, I took that addictive, that 15 times a day and not trying to use drugs, dude. I took that energy and I threw it in work. And you know how I work, dude. I'm a maniac, you know. So I took it, and I basically, people started telling me, oh, you just replaced one addiction with another addiction. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I did. I replaced one addiction with another one. And now I get addicted to the good things in my life.
I love it. So was it that?
Dude, why don't you have a black and white of me back there in the background, man? I got to get you a big black and white.
Is that the goal? Hey, well, we got Kanye on there, so, you know, we'll see. There you go. Get the hoodie on.
Yeah.
Was that the turning point, like going into that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. For me, there's not been one turning point. You know, there's been a lot of turning points in my life. Because, you know, when I was 25, I was busted, broke, beat up. But when I was 35, dude, I was busted and broke up again, even though I had money. Now, I hadn't used drugs in 10 years. I had money. I had 2 businesses. Shit, I was, and boom, I felt like I was spiritually depleted. I was burning out. And again, man, I felt like I was at a similar place. And so for me, like I hear a lot of people talk about one purpose, the one thing, you know. One thing has never filled me up. Whether it was one friend, one drug, whatever, dude. One doesn't work for me. One wife is good. That's all I need. I love my kids. One family, you know. But I've always needed something else. You know, I need something else to fill me up. You know, and there was I'm 35 years old, and these people are like, dude, when are you ever going to be satisfied? I heard that a lot. When's enough? You know. Why can't you just enjoy what you have? What's wrong? Like something was wrong with me. And I bought it. I bought those ideas. I talk about this in the book about feeding the beast and starving fear. And I kept hearing about this, you know, well, you're never going to be satisfied. Nothing fills you up. And that's why you're so disappointed. And people would say things like, don't have high expectations. You know, Sam Walton said the only way to live a life is with high expectations. The only way to achieve anything is with high expectations. But something happened in America between 1980 and 2000 where everybody started doing this introspection, feel your feelings. What's the chick's name over at Steve Carlos's place? The coach over there.
Terry?
No, the one that says go inside. What was her name? And I used her one time. I said, dude, I can't do this. Because it's just not who I am. Like I've done so much introspection that I couldn't do anything. I had become immobilized. My purposes. I mean, what's wrong with somebody that wants to do another thing? You know, that look, I am not filled up by one person. My wife cannot fill me up. 2 kids can't make me feel full, because I think that people are obsessed with a lot of purposes, and that's why people are dissatisfied. And my goal is that this book gives people permission to not be so introspective, but to actually become obsessed with dreams again, with possibilities, with the idea that you could be a husband, a father, a community leader, a church leader. You could actually talk about politics. You could get rich. You could write books. You could find time to do all that and not even worry about balance, because the obsession of each one of those things would actually fill you up to have a life that was naturally balanced.
So you're getting a lot of love in the chat. People hope you're okay in Miami with the weather, and Uncle GC in the house, and a lot of love and chatter going on.
That's awesome. Well, you know, people have really helped me with the book. I mean, we're number 3, 4, and 6 out of the top 10 on Amazon under entrepreneurship, and all the other books have been released already. So, I mean, I got top 10 audio, top 10 e-reader, top 2 in books, and nobody's even gotten the book yet. So my fan base, dude, people that love me, man, or they love the title, dude. I think I'm hitting all the junkies out there. Yeah, I think I'm hitting all the freaking the guys that are freaking junkies, and the chicks that want the right guy, and the people that actually do want to get rich. You don't hear anybody walking around saying, dude, I want to get rich. I mean, stupid rich. Where I can just give 10 million away and not worry about it. Who talks about that? Nobody, dude. It's taboo. You know? And I always wanted access. My whole life I've wanted access to somebody. You know, I want to see the inside once somebody makes it, but most people, they close the curtains. You know, guys, man, they make it big, and the next thing you can't get to them. It's like they close off a little bit. And I understand, because you start getting a lot of hate. You know, you start getting a lot of, I mean, I don't know if you're getting any negativity today or not, but you can start pulling in a lot of noise, particularly the way the internet is. So many people could be anonymous today.
Well, you're getting a lot of love. Neil Murray's writing in, finally a book that understands how I feel. So it's good. People are feeling it.
Yeah.
Here's a question. So you got, you know, there's a lot of people who have, I call them the little man in their life, where you've got these people who, you know, just hate on you and tell you it's not going to work out, and go be normal and give up on your dream, and you can't do it. And then maybe they listen to this interview and it sparks something, or they pick up your book and it sparks something. But then after, they go back, like they still hang out with these people, and they like, how do you keep it consistent? How do you have that fire, but everybody around you is telling you how it's not going to work out? How do you keep getting on that horse every day and be consistent and following that crazy obsession that nobody believes in but you?
Yeah, you got to start grabbing people that won't put you down for it, you know. And the way to find out if you have the right group, there's an exercise in a book that says, look, you just take a piece of paper, and you're going to put obsessed people that you're associated with. These are maniacs, dude. They don't have time for anything. See, most people are hanging out with people that have time. That right there indicates that you're hanging around people that got too much time. They're not obsessed. And if you're not hanging out with people that are obsessed, that understand obsessed, that would give you permission to be obsessed and never criticize you for it, you know what? Guess what? You're not obsessed. Because how would you even have time, man? So I would tell them, look, you don't have the right people in your life. By the way, that includes mommies, daddies, brothers, cousins. See, my family knows, like, you're going to either support me in the things I'm doing, or I just understand that you're not on the team. For me, there's either this team that I'm on, you know, where people around me will say, dude, you could do that. You can do it, man. No doubt. You can do it, Grant. Or there's everybody else. Everybody else is a huge, huge portion of the population. And so there's very, very few people. Like, I tell this guy, he sells his company for $21 billion. He's like, Grant, hey, what are you all about? We getting to know each other. I said, man, I want 7 billion people on this planet to know my name. You know? And he's like, wow, man, that is a worthy goal. Okay, now you know and I know, dude, when I put a piece of paper down and say, how do you meet 7 billion people? You can't do it. I don't have enough time to meet 7 billion people. So most people are going to tell me it's impossible, it'll never happen, blah, 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 right? No, not a guy that's done something, you know? So if I told Elon Musk, hey, man, I want to meet every person I want to get a book, one of my books, to every person on planet Earth, he wouldn't say you can't. He'd be like, dude, if you can help me colonize Mars, I can help you get you a book there.
That's true, man.
See, I know Elon would be a good club to be in. Problem is, Elon's obsessed himself. Mm-hmm. You know? So look, we live on a planet that has a thing called gravity. You know, he wants to defy it. And this gravity thing is much more, you know, it's the average thing. Gravity is affecting people's thinking, so that you're surrounded by people that you need money to do it. You know, something terrible is going to happen. Fly under the radar. You're going to have your mom say, but Evan, Ev, we love you just the way you are, Evan. You know, all those are little leak outs, dude, of people that gave up on their own obsessions. Because your mom and dad gave up. My mom and dad gave up. Okay? Otherwise, they'd have already written their own book, because everybody's got a book in them, dude.
Good. The people in the chat were upset that the book was knocked over, and they want to make sure that it's always in frame. So just so you know, they.
Dude, and look at the cover, bro. Look at the cover, okay?
Like, I like it, man. Just so you know, they want it always in frame to get that promotion out.
Dude, we're donating books to high schools, okay? We've donated, I think, 10,000, almost 10,000 books already to high schools, and we did the cover so a guy in the 10th grade, because that's where I went bad. Would you pick this up if you were in the 10th grade, dude, and you were in the library?
I like it, man. I like your flexibility in that picture, bro. I want to see that happen. I like it.
Dude, that's not Photoshopped, okay? I'll tell you, to be honest with you, the shoes are Photoshopped.
Yeah.
But nothing else. We tried to do it barefoot. It just kind of, I mean, I did, this is my shot. This is not a Photoshop, so.
I like it. Roderick, a live viewer, is asking, how do you have the power to let go of those negative people in your life?
You become like you become like, they're not going to even be interested in you, man. Look, I got people that have known me since I was born. They have no interest in me. See, because you start vibrating at this other frequency, you know, that they're like, dude, I don't want that. You know, I used to have these couple guys that I would compete with a lot in a vertical, my first business. And dude, the problem is I allowed them to compete with me because I basically vibrated at a similar frequency. And I limited myself to an industry. So they continued to think I was there in their space. Well, bro, when I ramped it up and really started fueling up obsession, next thing you know, I'm not even in their space. Don't see them. I don't talk to them. I don't spend time with them. I just you know, I popped out to another space. I pop out to another universe, if you will. So for me, it's not been about trying to balance. I think the whole work-life balance thing I think it's a myth, man. I would love for anybody to show me one person that's pulled that deal off and not given up something. So I'm doing my life, man. I think people should do their life, man. Today, it's never been a better time for a person to do it however you want to do it too. Cause like anything's possible now, but you don't want to compete with people, because the problem with competition, man, is they are giving up on stuff. They are trying to do the life balance thing. I don't wake up in the morning and try to be a dad or a husband. I don't wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to be a businessman today. I wake up and say, I'm doing Grant Cardone today. Take me, like me, love me. I'm going to do Kanye without going broke. Because Kanye hadn't figured it out either. Now, Kanye does what he wants, but the problem is I went and saw him the other night at the Staples Center, or at the American Airlines. And I love Kanye's music. Absolutely love it. And I wondered, man, when he gets off his flying stage that he has, okay, when he gets off the stage, dude, what's he going to do tonight? Is he going to go home and get, loaded? Is he going to go home and get drunk? Or is he going to have something else to throw himself into? Because, bro, after you do 50,000 people, you better have something else to throw yourself into. Otherwise, you're going to have this big, giant void. So the way to fill the void, man, is with another activity, some other purpose.
So what is Grant Cardone obsessed with right now?
Many things, man. The storm, dude. I'm digging the storm out, right? I can't wait. I want to see all the action. We were down there today periscoping it. But that's just entertainment for me, right? So right now, look, I want to take my real estate portfolio. We just created a public fund. I just got accredited by the SEC. So now that I can actually let people come in and invest in my real estate portfolio, I want to take that from 4,000 units to 40,000 units. That's a big move right there, man. I want to go ring the bell on Wall Street. And so that's one thing. You know, I just finished writing this book, so I'm never writing another book. This is it.
That's it.
I'm obsessed with saying never, ever am I going to write another book.
Are you going to pull a Brett Favre though, and then come back?
Probably, man.
All right.
Probably, but you know, I'm very interested in changing the school system. I want to see if I can actually affect schools. Because school was part of the problem for me. That's where I got so much of this suppression and oppression and stop and, you know, sit there for 55 minutes. I would never make one of my kids sit somewhere for 55 minutes. I mean, it's not fair to the kid, man. So, yeah, man, I'm obsessed with seeing other parts of the world. You know, I want to, it's a shame that I don't speak 6 other languages. Kind of limits you. When you got to go meeting 7 billion people, and you barely speak English, it's a problem.
Talk to me about building your platform and the reason behind it. Because if the goal is just money, you know, there's tons of guys who've made tons of cash you've never heard of. You can look at the wealthiest people in the world, and there's a bunch of guys there that they don't have to have a platform. You could have just kept doing your real estate thing, built it up, and nobody would have heard Grant Cardone, but you'd be, you know, one of the richest guys around. Why is it important to you? Like the message, getting it out there. What's fueling that for you?
Because, and this is a great question. In fact, it's a question nobody's asked. Okay, like I can tell that you've actually thought about, hey, why is this dude doing this? You know, because if I just wanted to get richer, if I want to just hit the 4 billion, all I would do every day is buy real estate. I know the game. I know how to make money. I've done, I don't know, $600 or $700 million in transactions. I got about $500 million worth of real estate right now. You would never write a dumb book, dude. Come on. Okay. Book sells for $17 on Amazon. I get 13 or 14% of the gross revenues. Right. You never do it, dude, because there's no money in that book. Okay. It's a tremendous amount of energy and effort. But one of the things that drives me, if I just made money, if that's all I did, or just went around the country and spoke and picked up my little fee, I would be back where I was when I was 35 years old, man, which is feeling burnout. That's how I felt. I felt burnout. I was angry all the time. I was tired, exhausted, dude. Because, and it's not because I was doing too much. It's because I wasn't doing enough things to keep enough variety to fill me up, man. Like, you know, if you're going to burn one candle, guess what? You're going to burn to the end of that candle. But if you keep a bunch of candles lit, I don't think you're going to burn any of them out. And you're going to create a tremendous amount of light, not for others, but for yourself. So that's what's driving me, man. What is the potential of Grant Cardone? And it's changed. You know, when I was 25, I just wanted to not use drugs. When I was 35, I'm like, damn, I got $1 million, man. I'm like, wow, man. You know, well, hey, can I turn that into 10? Then I realized, oh, hey, I don't have a girl. Here I am, this good looking dude, studly like, almost James Bond in motion and posture, and I don't have the right chick, dude. I'm, you know, I got 3 and 4 chicks a week, but I can't find the right one. So I'm like, then I went on this thing to find the right woman. And then she didn't want to have anything to do with me. And then I'm 50, and I'm like, dude, we got to get a family, man. I want to have some little ones, you know. So like life changes as you go. When I'm 70 years old or 80, I bought a plane last year, and the reason I bought that plane, because that doesn't make sense, is because, dude, I know I'm running out of time. People are like, dude, how's a plane make sense? You know, I said, bro, I'm running out of time. So that plane can get me places faster. And if you're not willing to exchange money for time, okay, then what am I left with? People talk about me showing the plane off. I'm like, whatever, dude. I mean, I stream video. Okay, I'm on a plane. I mean, what can I tell you? Let me go get in somebody else's little plane. so everybody feels better. It's freaking neurotic, right? So I'm willing, as you go through life, at one time you need to accumulate money, and I understand that. And at another time in life, you need to use the money to create the life you really want. And so I don't know, dude. I don't know what tomorrow brings, you know. I hope it brings something. I hope I wake up with another idea. I hope I wake up with another fascination. I hope there's another carrot or something just out of reach, because that's when I'm happiest. It's not when I attain things, but when I'm chasing things.
Is there anything that for you has to get done before you run out of time?
No, I think it all gets done after that, dude. You know, I don't think I'm a mortal body. I'm not, you know. I think that I see these guys. There's proof, man. There's proof that people live past their body. You know, the guy you got over there over your right shoulder, dude. I mean, he's been dead 3 or 4 years. Walt Disney, dude. He's been dead for, I don't know, 30 years. We're still talking about him. Jesus, look at Jesus, man. All these guys were obsessed. Everybody you got on your wall, dude, they're freaks. They're freaks. They're total freaks. They're aberrations of civilization. Okay, they are all in all the time. Fuck you. I don't care if you like it, dude. You can talk about me bad. Maybe I hadn't figured it all out, but I'm going to get one area of my life right. And that's what Steve Jobs did. Now, Steve probably, all that LSD he did back in the 70s, probably screwed him up with his kids and his wife, and because the drugs will kill you if you don't get them out of your system. And I'm talking from personal experience right there to Steve. Steve's probably listening to me right now. Dude, you need to clean all that up, because it'll affect the spiritual entity that I believe lives on past the body.